Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today we have another episode in the Talisman series, and today it's probably one that many people have been looking forward to because I'm probably going to be suffering the Wellington Mk Ic. Now I must admit, when I got this one I was fairly certain at that point in the time period that Harry was paying Gaijin to give me bad talismans, because as we know, Harry gets his fair share of bomber talismans, and I'm fairly certain he slipped Gaijin $5 under the table to give me this thing. However, recently Harry's talismans haven't been all that great, and mine haven't been the best either, although my most recent one that is of note is the B18B for Sweden, which is a pretty good one. So I think it's safe to say we're both getting the short end of the stick in some areas, but also benefit in some areas. But of course, we have this piece of British engineering. Now, as we all know, the Wellington doesn't have a great reputation in game, which isn't necessarily its own fault. Gaijin simply refused to give it its geosync airframe that it had. I've stood next to a Wellington in person, and it is a lovely aircraft. And you can definitely see just like the construction in person. And it's quite surprising, but also the fact that Gaijin just refused to help it is just a clear sign of just not giving a shit. And I don't think Gaijin will ever do it for the Wellingtons, considering we've been asking for the geosync airframe for many, many years. So, the Wellington Mark 1C is of course a British bomber that is pretty easy to kill these days. First reason is no armor protection. Yeah, this is already off to a good start now, isn't it? Then we come to the layout of the aircraft. So obviously the wings are packed with fuel, as it's a bomber, it's meant to fly long ranges. But then you look how cramped the interior is. Well, it's not really cramped, it was actually relatively spacious for the time period this thing was made. But yeah, those big glass turrets, which are hydraulically operated, they are pretty big and easy to take out. So I suspect Nigel is going to be taking some flack for us, quite literally. We do have two 7.7s in the front, two 7.7s in the back, we have none on the top or the bottom, and we have one 7.7 on either side. Now, of course, you'll notice the different guns. These are Brownings in the back and the front, and we have Vickers K in the left and right. So just bear in mind there is a slight difference. Then we come to what this thing's party piece is its bomb load. As you can see, we have a lot of bomb loads to pick from. 1,000-pound bombs, 250-pound bombs, 500-pound bombs, torpedoes, because we did use these as torpedo bombers, surprisingly, 2,000-pound armor-piercing bombs, and then we come to everyone's favourite, the 4,000-pound HC Mark II bomb, also known as the Cookie. Because when the Germans steal from the cookie jar, we have to make sure they don't do it again. So, yeah, that's not the actual reason for the bomb being called the Cookie, we just called it that. But yeah, as you can see, this is literally just a barrel of explosive, and in order to fit it in the Wellington, you have to rip off the bomb bay's doors, because, yeah, it doesn't fit otherwise. Personally, I wouldn't want to be lugging a 4,000-pound explosive, because one small piece of shrapnel will probably set it off. But yeah, I think we're probably going to take the 4,000 just for the memes. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to this one. But at least we can get on to Italy and get started there, I guess. So, let's get in and let's suffer, shall we? Well, I say let's suffer, more like I suffer, you lot laugh, and I just go, I hate this. But, well, I don't get much of a choice in the talismans I get now, do I? As I said, I really do think at the time period I got this thing, I was fairly certain Harry was paying off Gaijin. But, yeah, I don't think he was. But, yeah, this will be an interesting one, to say the least. Anywho, I'm going to see you all in the first match. And around about 2 minutes later, we get our first match. And this is quite a big map, unless it's the low-tier version, which it appears to be. That's actually a good thing. Alright, let's get this over and done with, because I'm not looking forward to this. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been a Wellington Mark 10, I guess, but, well, yeah. All I'll say is, if you ever want to annoy Harry, you give him a bomber like this, like, I'm not joking. Harry despises bombers like this. Alright, so nearest base to us is going to be the far left, so I'm going to take that one. Yeah, this is not going to be entertaining in terms of value for you, is all I'll say. If you've come here to watch this video to, like, have entertainment, the only entertainment you're going to get is when this £4,000 hits the target. That's about all the entertainment you're going to get. I mean, maybe if that bomber over there turns out to be something we can kill, we can maybe gunship it, but that's about it. But as you can see, this bomb is absolutely huge. Like, it is quite big for the tier. But remember, the British also, in this game, have the biggest bomb in War Thunder, because we nicked that crown for the P8. The £12,000 blockbuster. But guess what? We made other bombs that were just as big. We had Grand Slam and the Earthquake bomb. Grand Slam was a £22,000 bomb. That's something you don't really want dropping next to your tank, that's for sure. I don't know how much explosive it had, but it definitely had a lot. Let's put it that way. Ooh, SM-79. We could actually gunship that. It's tempting, but it looks like he's got a friend coming up, so I don't know if we're going to take that risk. But yeah, I'm weaping the bollocks off these engines. I'm going to make sure that we get to this target. I want this bomb to hit the target. I'm just worried about that thing over there, because I suspect that's an Interceptor Dornier 217. I really don't want to deal with that, because that thing has 420mm for machine guns, and that thing will butcher our Wellington. I mean, we could intercept this SM-79, so... why not? Nigel, gunship mode, activate. Is that a one with a machine gun on the front? Victory is near. Getting some hits, got a crit. I'll take that, that's something at least. To say we had a pretty awkward angle, I'll take that. Alright, that was some degree of entertainment, I guess. And now it is time to release the barrel. And no, we're not dropping an F3F from the bomb bay. I don't think that would fit. I mean, we can try. If anyone has a spare F3F, we can try and see if it can fit, but, you know. We'll at least get something, because obviously we did get a crit, so I'm hoping maybe severe damage as well, because obviously he did lose an engine, possibly. Alright, it is time to release the bomb. But of course all our fighters are pretty much dead. Bomb release! And there goes the barrel of explosive. Alright, the SM might be coming back, so we're going to have to deal with him. A bomber dogfight always entertains people to some extent, I suppose. Just waiting for the bomb to hit its mark. You'll see just how big the explosion... Like, if you've seen a Wellington's bomb before, you know how big it is, but... There you go. Completely wipes out the base. Looks like the SM is going to make it back to base quite comfortably, which sucks. He actually looks pretty damaged more than I thought, so we could actually finish him off here. Hold on a minute. Because she's a bit of a chunker. She's a big lady. Not as big as a Lancaster, but she was a big lady. Yeah, it's the AS, so he does have a forward gun. But he doesn't seem to want to use it. There we go. I'll take that. Yep, there we go. He's going down. We'll take that. That's an air kill. It's not much of an air kill, but it's an air kill. Wellington Air Superiority Mode. Okay. The F-109's distracted. I could go in for that, but I'm worried about that Junkers 88, because that's the fighter variant. Well, interceptor variant. Who would have thought I'd be doing this in a friggin' Wellington? I don't get paid enough for this. Right. We could try and get a sneaky shot in, but I suspect these guys are going to dogpile me the moment I come down. Like I say though, this thing's actually not bad handling wise, like for how big it is. It's actually not too bad. Just worried about where that last guy went, because there was another 109. I think he's actually scared of me, which is funny. I never thought someone would be afraid of a Wellington myself, but I guess there's a first time for everything. Okay, I can see him, so I think we're going to go for this 109. Okay, can I get the turret down in that shot? No, it doesn't look like I have a good angle. Unfortunate. If he pitches up, we'll spike. Here comes his buddy. Flaps. Ow. Ow. Come on. Give me a fire. Nah, nothing. That hurt a lot. I didn't think he had as good of an angle as what I thought, so that's why I went for that. But, yeah, we are probably boned because our P-13... Well, our freaking P-39N is doing absolutely nothing, so... We're just going to drop the nose and get ourselves in a better position to fire. I'm going to go for the E, because the E has a easier time aiming. Nope, there goes our gunner and our tail control. There's nothing we can do now, we have no control. Come on, mate, finish me off. She ain't that tough. There you go. Yeah, I'll take it, I guess. That's at least something. We should at least get a kill on that BF-109 if all comes to show. Yeah, I thought I got his engine, to be honest. Yeah, this guy's just sitting on the runway, so I'm going to go get ourselves another match, and I will see you shortly. And welcome to the second match, where we are definitely not getting to a base in time, that's for sure. I don't think we did too bad. It turned out the 109 that you saw in the chat there, he did end up crashing, so we did get 2 air kills that game, so I'll take that. We did also damage the other 109 a little bit, but he probably was able to get back to base. I didn't stay around to stick around, so to speak. Oh boy, yeah, we are not getting anything, that's for sure. I'm immediately going to pitch my nose down because I do not trust that Peshka. Alright. Let's get this bloody thing over and done with, because I don't know if you can tell, but I don't enjoy flying Wellingtons because Gaijin just hate these things. And don't worry, I've kept the cookie. Because we got to deliver the cookie last time, so that's at least something. Like I said, I don't think we did too bad. Like, you know, it's a Wellington. It's like asking, you know, it's like asking Max Verstappen to not crash in a race. It can happen, but it probably won't. You know, it's... And I know all the Formula 1 fans who love Max Verstappen are going to be jumping in the comments going, "Oh, Joe's taking a piss out of Max Verstappen, you must be a Lewis Hamilton fan." No, I don't really take the sport seriously anymore. I used to watch back when Michael Schumacher was still driving. Probably my favourite driver of all time is Sebastian Vettel or Fernando Alonso. Alonso especially is just a great F1 driver. And, well, he's still in the sport. He's like 40 years old. He's just kicking ass. Like, yeah, he's not in the best car in the field, but he doesn't have to be. He shows his knowledge in a non-meta car, if that makes sense. But yeah, audience participation. If you do watch F1, if you don't, ignore this. But if you do watch Formula 1, who's your favourite driver and why? And if you say Max Verstappen, I'll probably shoot you. I'm kidding, but I don't like him as a person. He's kind of like a couple of the War Thunder players I've been running into recently, where like they just care so much about their stats and looking good, and their attitude is disgusting, and they have no personality outside of that. That's pretty much how I see Verstappen. But yeah. So it's going to take us a few minutes to get over there, or probably die in a couple of minutes. I'll see you shortly. Well, you joined me about a minute and a half later, if that. And as you can tell, we have company. Which, that's a 109 Samurai. We are dead. Right, Nigel? Battle stations? Yeah, that does not surprise me. Now, if we had the geosync airframe, we would have tanked those hits, but no. Because we don't, you can just snipe the pilot pretty much anywhere and it just dies. So, yeah. Let's go back to the hangar and let's go over the aircraft one last time. Yeah, that went about as well as I was expecting. I think we used all our luck up in the last game, and Gaijin was like, 2 kills on the Wellington. Alright, give him the worst match possible. And yeah, we did. So, yeah. But yeah, in conclusion, don't ever put a Talisman on a plane like this. I'll do the exact same when it comes to the Should You Talisman episode once we get there in the future. But yeah, do not ever, seriously, don't. Do not do it to yourself. If there was a Wellington that was even rank 3, I would still say no, because Gaijin just keeps screwing these things over. I'll be honest, you could probably drop the Wellingtons to like 1.7, 1.3, respectively. If it has the quad turret, put it at 2.0. And honestly, I don't think it would be a bad change, but, well, that's never going to happen now, is it? Because hardly anyone flies these things. But that's it for Britain, and that's it for, shall we say, the vehicles that we've had to catch up on, so to speak. And for aircraft anyway, we are moving on to Italy. We have a few other additions as we've gone along. I think there's one other. No, it was someone else who got the BR20 M1. I got the DR. I thought I was mixing myself up here. But there's a few talismans that we can go through. Obviously, we've got the CR32 to start off with, something simple, and it has Predator Fats. Something unique in the form of the BA65. A questionable choice, but at least we get some big bombs in the form of 800s. An SM79, which, well, you've seen those on the channel before. A C202EC, which I'm looking forward to. And the SM91, which I'm also kind of looking forward to. We don't have a huge amount of aircraft in here, unfortunately, but we've got enough to get us going through the series, I think. Then we just have France and Sweden, and that finishes off the aircraft for at least a little while. But we've got a long way to go before that. So, hope you enjoyed seeing the Wellington, hope you enjoyed seeing me suffer in that second game, and I will see you all on the next one.